Okay, so you know how on Xbox, every time you have an achievement, a little thing pops up on the bottom of the screen, right? I don't even know. So everybody wants to hate Ford. Everybody thinks Fords are garbage. Everybody at Ford is an idiot. Blah 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 blah. I'm gonna show you all right now why it's the total opposite. Okay, I'm pulling the transmission out on this Ford Edge. It's all-wheel drive model, right? Let me just explain something to y'all. Now, why would I assume that I could get the PTU off the transmission before I pull the transmission, right? There's the PTU. Those are the two bolts that hold the bracket, that hold the PTU to the side of the block, the back of the block, sorry, right? I got had to get those two bolts out. I had to put that one back in right now just to hold it. That bolt out, and that bolt out. Okay? Now, there's no other bolts on the backside. Okay? But you want to know something, though? These greasy bastards. You can get this whole PTU backed off the transmission right until the point where this casing right here, you see all this marking, scratching on the side of that rounded edge here on the PTU? By the time you pulled that bastard out, that webbing prevents you from getting it the rest of the way out. There's nothing you can do. You have to pull the transmission with the PTU attached. Okay? Now, Ford's not dumb. They would have known this. Okay? So, guess what? You want to replace the PTU? You pulling the transmission. You want to pull the transmission? You pulling everything. And so, really, what the moral of the story here is, ladies and gentlemen, and I hope nobody takes personal offense to this. Ford's not dumb. I would even go as far as saying Ford engineers and decision makers are probably some of the smartest people on this planet, actually. If anybody's the idiot, it's all of you buying these cars, buying anything from Ford. Everybody talks about like obsolescence, built-in obsolescence. It's not even about built-in obsolescence anymore. This is about you falling for a trap for a vehicle that is designed to fail by nature, and even if you wanted to do the work yourself, compared to anything else, anything Japanese, like if you wanted to do any of the work yourself on this, and I mean even with a hoist, never mind a garage floor, it's not impossible, but they designed it in a way where like you eventually realize that they didn't want you to do it. They wanted you to give it back to them, get into a new vehicle at a dealership, and they're just going to regurgitate this thing over and over again until it ends up at the junkyard. That's all. So, hats off to Ford, man. Like, you guys are pulling the ultimate scam, the ultimate swindle, on top of no government regulations for how many model production years are allowed to be made. Like, it's ridiculous, okay? You guys pump these things out like socks. It's ridiculous.